Why are we on Deanna's? Can you see Deanna?
I see you and
Awesome.
you're recording. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Welcome to Team Hope, right?
Team Hope, our team call. So excited. So today I am super excited to discuss follow-up because surely you've heard this 100 times, but the fortune is in the follow-up. It is the most critical thing that you can possibly do in your business. I mean, first you have to reach out to people and you have to share, you have to care. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. So first of all, reaching out to people, but you have to follow up. And I have a few different, I'm sorry, I'm distracted because I lost my place in the book because I was saying something else in the book. But I'm going to start not in the book and not in, I listened to 3 or 4 different trainings today and follow up and took notes. So my ideas may be scattered because I jotted them down while I was working out and listening. But I'm going to give you a couple examples of maybe how follow-up doesn't work and how critical it is. So recently we had somebody on our team invite 13 or 14 different, had 13, 14 people in the 7-day challenge. And the day the challenge ended, I reached out just to those people who, 4 or 5 people who won products in the challenge. And they were all those 4 or 5 were super excited to at least become customers. They all wanted the triplex. Everybody was super excited. And then unfortunately, they were not followed up with. And I realized a few days kept going by and they kept not showing up as customers or ambassadors with the person. So I reached back out to them, and 7 days later, only one of them was still excited about it. Because here's the thing, we all know this, like you make purchases based on your emotions. And we get people super excited about Plexus. We have the 7-day challenges. We're going to have the online events. People get excited to feel good. They get excited from our excitement. But then you have to act right away on that emotion because they're going to make an emotional purchase. They will then purchase the next month because they feel amazing. But their initial purchase, the initial like buy-in of, approximately $130 is scary unless you're super excited about it. If I am out shopping with my girlfriends and I try on a pair of boots that are gorgeous, that are $150, and I know Rob would kill me, but my girlfriends are like, those are so awesome.
It's so good.
So great. Guess what? I'm totally going to buy them because my friends just told me I look amazing. I'm going to buy them. And then I'm going to suffer whatever Rob says when I get home. And then it's going to pass and I'm going to have super great boots. Plexus is the same. If you give people the time to talk to their husband and talk to their best friend and talk to their mom, there's going to be so many naysayers. It's not going to work. Oh, don't order from network marketing. Oh,
it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Susie tried that 2 years ago and it didn't work at all. And then guess what? They're not excited anymore. So that's kind of even just in a week, how you can lose people so quickly. Out of the 13 people, I think 1 joined. So, and then here's totally not on our team, but I've shared this with people on our team. I have a friend who sells that crazy whitening toothpaste. The pictures look amazing. The before and after pictures, it looks amazing. Then she posted on her page that she was having super awesome sale. So I commented on there, tell me about your sale. What's going on? She was awesome. Like within 10 minutes, she sent me a text. She told me that I could get 3 tubes for $45, which was saving me like $40. And I was like, awesome. This was on August 11th. I knew that I would have my Plexus paycheck on the 13th or 14th and transfer it into my account and have money on the 15th. So I said, follow up with me on the 15th and I will order. In the meantime, my sister-in-law had a Matilda Jane party. I don't really need any Matilda Jane. I don't really love Matilda Jane, but she reached out to me 7 times asking me if I had ordered something yet. It meant a lot to her. So guess what? I bought a $75 Matilda Jane dress on the 20th. So when my friend reached back out to me on the 28th, guess who did not have $45? I didn't. Like if people say I get paid on Friday, then you should be following up on Friday morning before they go drop a wad at the shoe store on their lunch break on Friday. Like, you know, it's just what you need to do. And then what was my other instance was, 2 years ago when I had that seizure, and our friend Lori sent me a ton of doTERRA because it was going to like save my life. So she sent me a ton, so gracious, so wonderful. And all I did is smell it. Rob rubbed it all on me and he's like, you smell like a lemon Christmas tree. Do you feel better? I was like, no. And he's like, all right. So I've saved all that. And I got one of those air things.
A diffuser?
Yes. And I've used all of her smells except for the horrible funky ones that probably would have like saved me from seizures, but smell awful. And I've used them all. So I have a dear friend who recently quit her job to do Young Living full time. In, you know, once you're in this business, you really like find a heart for ordering from other people who are in this industry, who are really trying. So I reached out, Jessica, super interested in something just for my diffuser that smells good. So she tried to sell me her entire welcome kit and join her team. And I'm like, no, thank you. You know, I don't really need any of that. And I don't need a huge discount because I really just want to buy like one smell a month. Is that possible? Yes. What kind of smells do you like? I told her, she said, awesome. I'll put something in the mail tomorrow. That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Guess who never got a sample? Me. And so my point is, how often, you know, do we do that? How often do we say, oh, let me get a sample to you or whatever? So those are real life. Like I can tell you all the things out of the book and you'll be like, good job reading your book. But that's real life. And I think you all probably have experienced the same type of things, right?
Just a thought too, because I've definitely been there, and something that as people get started on their business, you need to have a way. And if you don't have an action stack, you need to get one. And you need a method to remembering who you've spoken to, so that you can follow up, because people will fall through the cracks. It's not a matter of if they're going to, they will, because you'll talk to more people than you think you do. And people are sitting there going, oh, was I going to try a pink something?
Yeah.
What was I going to try?
I thought she wanted to get me healthy. Yes. And you also don't realize how long it's been since you talked to somebody. You think you're bugging them, and then you go back and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, I sent that message like a month ago and I never followed up. So, and everybody has different systems. Action Stack is awesome because it's spiral. I'm going to make one for Brooke and drop it off to her and keep up with it. Before I had that, I had my note card system. You know, I think that's what I started everybody on, and you wrote people's name at the top of it and the date that you reached out to them, and keep up with the conversations. And I still have that. And I look at it and it's amazing how some people order after I've been reaching out to them for 2 years, you know, because the key is, unless they say like, do not talk to me about this ever again, then they're still on your list. Do not.
Well, and something else, when I'm following up, if people say no, I say, hey, would it be okay if we have a great sale? I know that this was an issue for you. Can I just follow up with you if something comes up that looks like it might appeal to you? Absolutely. I have never had one person say no.
Correct. And that's the important part of like putting something out there as a reason to follow up with them again. So let's see, we talked about that. So there's a ton of different reasons that you can, that you should reach out to people. So like I said, I may be all over the place because I took these notes from like 3 or 4 different videos. Oh, this is just critical in general when you're following up or when you're talking to somebody. Give them a time of when you're going to follow back up with them. You know, if they're not interested right now, you're going to say, like Jenny said, you know, is it okay if I reach out to you when we have a special going on? And they're going to say, of course, because everybody likes a deal. Everybody likes a special. If you send them a video or a testimonial, you're going to say, I'd love for you to take a look at this. If you don't mind, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening, their schedule. Let them know when you're going to follow back up with them. That way it's professional. Like if you literally were in a sales job, you would send somebody, a stack of whatever they're looking at, and then, or what? You're going to send them a deck, Jenny. Send them a deck.
I'm going to send you a deck to review.
I'm going to send you a deck to review. And will you have time to check it out by, Monday lunchtime? Awesome. I will follow up with you at 2:00 on Monday. And then write it on your calendar.
Please do it.
Do not forget to follow up. Follow up when you say you're going to follow up. So what are reasons that you can follow up without feeling like you're harassing people or bugging people? And let me just put this out there. I can't tell you how many times like I have started sorry to drive you nuts, but I just wanted to, and people write back, you're not driving me nuts. Life gets busy. You're not bugging me. So reasons to follow up. If you follow them on Facebook, which you probably do, and I suggest when you have your list of people that you really think would benefit from the business or the products, really pay attention to their Facebook page. Pay attention to their posts, comment on their posts and on their pictures, because then they're going to start seeing your feed more where you talk about Plexus and you share opportunities. But if you're paying attention to what they have going on, something is going to jump out at you. Like last night when I was scrolling through Facebook and one of my friends started talking about her migraines. What am I going to do? I am going to reach out and I'm going to tell her a tad bit, about maybe we could help, how it's helped me. Can I send you some more information? Of course I can. And you go through that method. If another thing is, hey, so maybe Jenny sees somebody who suffers from migraines. I don't think Jenny's ever had a migraine. I don't know that Jenny's ever had a headache. Jenny doesn't get sick. But
very well, but lots of other people do.
Lots of other people do. So Jenny is going to say, hey, I saw you're having these issues with migraines. I'm not sure if this would help you, but could I share a couple testimonials with you of people who have been helped with their migraines, through these supplements? People don't want to suffer. So what you're going to do if people are suffering from things you've never suffered from is you're going to share testimonials with them. Also, people that you think would rock this business, go through the Diamond documentaries. We have a list on our team page, and I think it's current, of all the different categories that they fall under. So if somebody's a stay-at-home mom, if somebody works 60 hours a week, if somebody, a military spouse, there's all different categories because our diamonds range so much in who they are. You're going to find a diamond documentary that falls in line with their lifestyle and their maybe goals or things. So many people on there started Plexus because they wanted to stay home with their babies. So you are going to share them, Sarah Marble's testimonial or Jen Hawkins. They literally just shared Plexus so that they could stay home with their baby. So those diamond documentaries are powerful, but you have to use them correctly. You are going to reach out to people when we are having an online event and you're going to invite them to it. I have a lot of people who tried Plexus 2 years ago who don't use it anymore. I am going to reach out to them, let them know about the online event because it includes all of our new products. And I think that it may be interesting to them. If something didn't work before, this may be the time to try it. So ask them to spend an hour and look through it. If we're running specials, and I'm just going to tell you, on my quest to Emerald by the end of the year, there will be a lot of specials. Be prepared for a lot of specials. We got a lot of goals.
Got it. We got it.
We got people pushing for goals and pushing for rank that are important. And so there's going to be a lot of specials. Just be really intentional. All of that, I think, falls in line with being intentional when you follow up. Like, I read a post the other day and I thought it was so true. She was like, stop cold messaging me. I feel like you've just put a flyer underneath my windshield wiper. But so Brooke has done a good job at this. So Brooke is brand new, but she has started multiple three-way chats, but every time she is referencing somehow like what she knows about them and what she knows about their past and how this may help them if they would be interested in learning more. Like it's not like a out of the blue, hey, I'm selling Plexus, do you want to buy some? It's, I know you've suffered from this. I know, you know, we've talked in the past about some issues you're having with XYZ. I think this may be helpful if you want to learn more. You know, so that would be in the beginning. So again, never stop following up unless they say absolutely stop contacting me, because there's so many diamonds on our team that said no for a long time. Celeste Gwynn said no for 9 months. Brooke Hemingway said no to Amy Paul for 8 months. If you're new on our team, you don't know who those people are, but I'll just tell you, Celeste Gwynn makes over $300,000 a year. I mean, a month.
A month.
Close to that. I should say, what's the disclosure? Like, that is not normal. That is not average. We're making no financial guarantees, but it's possible. But she said no to Jen Hawkins for 9 months. Brooke Hemingway continues to have the fastest growing team in Plexus, and she said no for a long time. And her husband was so mad she did it because he's a doctor, and he was embarrassed because she was going to ruin their reputation. And now what? Wasn't he Emerald? And she was Diamond.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. At the convention. So all of these people said no. It really just means not right now. Some people may say, you know, no, I just can't do it right now. We're working on a remodel of our house. I'm just too busy. I cannot take another thing on. You are going to say, totally understand. You're going to sympathize with them. And then you're going to ask, when do you think it'll be complete? I'd love to follow up with you and see pictures and see how it went. You know what you're really doing? You're finding the time to follow up with them when now they have time again to talk about Plexus. We all know we've had times in our life where if Plexus came to us, it would have been a bad time. Jenny?
The entire summer?
Then,
yes.
Yeah. And before you actually decided to jump on board again, the whole last year before that.
Okay, all of 2016?
Yeah, it was a bad time. It was a good time to collect Plexus for your kitchen counter.
To swallow it at random times and do it incorrectly.
Yeah. So a lot of times no means not right now. And if you can kind of dig in to them because you care about them to know what's going on, you will be able to follow up at the right time, but write it down. You are not going to remember to follow up with Susie Q in 4 months unless you write it down on your calendar or somewhere. Follow up after the event. So if you have invited somebody to the online event, the next morning you are going to reach out to all of them and see what they thought and get some feedback. Same day thing with the 7-day challenge. Like when that challenge ends, basically from day 5 to day 9 of the challenge, you should be closing all of your deals then. People feel good. They're excited about it. It was awesome.
Well, and chances are pretty good. You can, day 5 or 6 of the 7-day challenge, they're probably feeling something by then. And it's a great time to say, you know, it only takes a few days for it to get here from Arizona. I can spot you if you want to keep continuous.
Let's order so you don't come
Let's
off.
order so it's here. You don't have a lull. So it's people while they're on fire,
yes.
While they are remembering why it's so awesome.
Yes. So here is something super important. Following up with your customers and ambassadors. Too often people order and then we send them the triplex how to start it sheet and then we leave them alone. These are like newborn babies. They aren't born knowing how to walk and talk. We help them through everything. And I've learned the more that I follow up with my new customers, ambassadors who are new to the Plexus products each week, they are having issues. They either have diarrhea or they have this or they have that. But because I reach out to them every single week, we troubleshoot. And you know what? They're continuing to order because I'm working with every issue. We know everybody has different issues. Everybody's gut is totally different. And we need to troubleshoot with them. And I am happy to do that with anybody. When you have new customers or ambassadors and you don't really know how to troubleshoot yet, I promise you at like this point in my Plexus career, I've there's a few things that pop up and I'm like, I've never heard of this, and I get help. But most things I've heard of, and I can walk people through it and let them know. Somebody reached out to me last night about feeling like it was like week 3. And she goes, I feel like I'm not feeling as good as I did when I first started it. So I explained to her, you're having some leveling off. So instead of going like this all the time like you used to with your energy, you're not going to notice the changes because you're planing off. I said, but you're in week 3, which means you're probably starting to detox. So I sent her the quick detox video, and she wrote me back and said, oh my gosh, all of this is happening. I'm going to stick with it. So people just need to know that what's happening is normal, that they're going to feel great on the other end, but they don't know that if you don't follow up. They're just out there going.
Even if they end up just saying, whatever, I've committed for 2 months, if you're checking in with them every week, it's just good customer service. It allows them an avenue to ask questions if they need it, and to let them know that you weren't just interested in getting the sale. I wasn't just trying to sign you up. I'm vested in your help. I want to help you, and I'm here for you if you have questions. So it's just good practice.
Yes, I love that so much, because we, especially as women, we are not good at asking for help. If we don't feel good, we don't ask for help. We just kind of suffer through it or give up or whatever. So I love that, Jenny. It's just good customer service. Like, take care of your people. That also lets them know what kind of team atmosphere we have and what we're all about, which will make them more likely to want to do this business alongside of you and be a part of this with you, because they know they have that support. So stay consistent and persistent and passionate. People need to know, like, at this point, I can't imagine, I think when I first started Plexus and people saw my Facebook posts and said they were annoying or whatnot, thought it was a fad. They thought it would go away. And so it was annoying to them because they didn't see it as something totally important to me. Like my cake pop business. Like, everybody was fine seeing cake pop posts all the time, even though that was promoting that business, but nobody wanted to see Plexus post. But now that's just a part of my story. It's who I am. It's a part. I have been consistent every single day on my page. There is something about how Plexus has changed my life. I am persistent and I'm passionate. Like, there is no doubt in anybody's mind that knows me that I don't love this business and these products, like, no doubt. So it'll take a while for newbies to kind of build that, but it comes through persistence and consistency in your post and in your chatter with people.
Just a comment too, for those of you that are new, Brooke, this is great for you. And for anyone else who watches this down the road, you need to understand that you don't need to feel pressure from doing posts. If you need help crafting messages or knowing how to say, reach out to one of us and we can help you write the messages so that it has your tone and your information, but you don't need to feel overwhelmed or like, oh my gosh, what in the world am I? We can help you know what to say. We've done a lot of posting, and the initial ones on when someone's just getting going are the most fun. So
because everybody comments, everybody wants to know. Everyone. I mean, I think I wrote Deanna's first 5 or 6 posts. She would take a picture and then send it to me and say, what do I say? So, and don't think that you're different if you need help. We've helped Tiffany with her lives and with her posts. Like, we have all, right, Tiffany? so much.
There's so much to learn from other people or from them giving feedback. Because other than that, I'm just going live and talking to I don't know who, and I'm not even saying what I don't know. So that's where, because it's a little nerve-wracking. It's like, I don't even know what I just said, and who knows who listened. So it's really nice to have some feedback, and we're happy to give feedback. It's constructive. It's not being mean. It's like,
it's out of love and just be coachable,
Yeah.
It's no different than for newbies, it's no different than if you started a job. You would go through training, lots of training, lots of studying and research to be good at this. Nobody just starts good at this. If I started great at this, I would already be diamond, because I have signed over 100 level 1 ambassadors, but I have only 30 active, because for the first year and a half, once they ordered, I was like, cool, you're good. I got to go find somebody else. Not because I wanted the money, but because nobody taught me what to do with them. So
are you saying the follow-up is important?
It's a little important. It's a little important. So here's something, words of advice. Okay, here's one thing. Do not let your emotions affect your motion. Jenny?
I am not a victim of that. I choose it regularly. It's very sad. My emotions often dictate. This is one of my high goals, people watching. Your emotions.
Don't let them affect your emotion. Like, people are gonna say ugly stuff. They're gonna have rude opinions. It's gonna happen. You're putting yourself out there. People are gonna have negative things to say. Don't let it slow you down. Like, just keep going. Just keep sharing, because the people that say negative to me now is so few, so rare compared to the people that say positive things. But when you're brand new, it affects you more. It's like a punch to the gut every time. Or somebody tries it and then they're like, I didn't like it. You're like, oh. But then when you totally wrap your head around, there's a number of different reasons why. It could be that they weren't consistent. It could be that, they didn't take it correctly. It could be that they didn't drink enough water. It could be that they drank their pink drink and then ate a bag of Oreos. It could be a number of reasons, but you are not at fault, Well,
and it's not personal. I say that out loud to myself all the time. It is not personal. It is 99% them, but it will come back to you because you introduced them, but it's not.
And just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. Like, my cousin sold me the whole Beachbody stuff and the shakes and all of that kind of stuff, and it didn't work for me. She's still awesome. She's still amazing. No. And so think about it that way. Like, when people share something with you and you don't like it near as much, like somebody tells you to go see a certain movie, and well, we're moms, we don't really go see movies, but we could Redbox. We watch it and then we're like, that was lame. Do we think less of that person? No, we don't. It just wasn't for us. So don't take it personally. Emily Roberts says, try to follow up in 2 sentences or less. But she says, more importantly, send voice messages, because people have to listen to them. When you send people a full paragraph, Deanna Bishop, they don't have time for that. They're not probably going to read the whole thing. Unless they're sitting in line at the pickup line and they got time to kill. But if you send them a voice message, they're going to listen to it real quick, probably while they're moving around. And it's just more effective. They can hear your tone. They can hear your excitement.
It's a lot more personal with the voice, and they can listen to it while they're driving.
Yes. The best way to set up another exposure, which, set up another follow-up with people, is to tell them that you're going to follow up with them on X day. I know Tiffany's getting a lot of this because she is finally listening to GoPro with Eric Worre. And it is
jealous.
It's just setting up your next. Go ahead, Tiffany.
It makes it so much easier to have somebody tell you, well, this is how you do it, and this is what you keep doing, just like it's the process that you go through. And so it was really nice to kind of get his reaffirmation, and he gives you words of what to say and how to say it. You just fit your little company or your own spiel in it. But, the words can be used all the time.
For anybody, any company, anything.
Yeah, that's what Aubrey says too.
Hey, Aubrey.
Hi, Aubrey. Pretty girl.
So again, we've covered this in a number of different things, but I haven't actually maybe said it. But that's ask the questions about them and follow up with relevant information. So the way these 3-way chats have been going, I'm in multiple ones right now, which is really awesome. But I just ask, what do you have going on? Do you have, any health or wealth goals? Do you have any specific pain issues that, been going on? And then send them relevant testimonies or relevant, like, don't just send we know this, we talk about this, but for the newbies, don't just tell everybody they need to take Triplex. 98% of the time, that's going to be the answer. But let them know that you really care about what they have going on and explain how it could help them. Everybody is different. And then here's a really big, bold one. And I have yet to do it. It's on my list to do, but that is after you kind of present your stuff to people and they kind of heard what you have to say, then be bold and say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you want nothing to do with this ever, and 10 being you're ready to jump on board right now. Where are you? And see where they are. If they're an 8 to a 10, get their information and ask them either to jump on the computer right now and sign up, or get their information from them and get them ordered and signed up. If they are, you know, a 1 to 3, cool. Probably not good for you right now, but who do you know that you think would benefit from this business or these products? And if it's in that kind of 4 to 7 range, you haven't answered the right questions for them. So you're going to say, you know, it sounds like I probably haven't done a good enough job getting your questions answered. So, you know, ask more questions.
Sounds like we need to have some more conversation. Let's do it.
It's a good sounding board. And it could be, you know, you maybe need to think it over a little bit. Think of some questions. Can I follow up with you on Tuesday and answer some more questions?
Well, and so I think this is a great tool even after the 7-day challenge, because it's an honest opinion of saying, so we've done the 7-day, or we're on day 5. I want to know where you feel on a scale of, you know, 0 to 10. Let's see where you're at. What questions can I answer for you? And, you know, move forward from there. But that would be a great thing to do for the 7-day challenge of saying, you know, I want to know, what do you think? How do you feel?
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
And isn't that common in the medical world? I mean, every doctor's office you walk in, you have a scale of 0 to 10 for your pain.
Mm-hmm. Where are you?
You know, because everybody, you know, people just say, I'm interested. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean you maybe want to try it in 3 months? Or find out, just get a number for them, because then you know which direction to go. Here's another thing. When you're following up with your customers and they're telling you they like it, ask them who else they know that might benefit from these. So, are you guys asking for referrals? Because I'm not. I'm trying to get better at it, but I'm not great at it.
I have
No,
started.
I'm not great at it.
Yeah, I'm not great at it. I've started asking a couple people. I've gotten very little response, I should say, from them when I've asked them. But I have started pegging, especially like if I got a 7-day challenger and then they ordered Slim or whatnot the next month when it comes up, say, hey, we're doing the next 7 days. Is there anyone who you would think, or anyone who you've been talking to that would be interested in this?
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten much response from it, but.
Well, and I think it's going to come with practice. The more bold you get in how you ask and what exactly you're asking for, because you could be asking, you know, this was another, here's one that I hadn't heard in any talk, but it's in this book. I'm just going to list these real quick, the reasons for follow-up. I gave you reasons for follow-up from the different talks I listened to, but she says to update them on your business. So if you've achieved a new rank or something big has happened for you, share it with them and say, you know, I don't know if you're trying to save up for your kids' college fund or whatever, but I've kind of been blown away at how much I've earned at this new rank. You may, and this whole book is about getting people to join your business. So this is going to be a little different than when you're following up with customers. So if you're getting people to join your business, talk to them about an update on your business, you know, and you're like, I know when I first talked to you, I hadn't really achieved much, but this is what's going on. And I really think you'd be great at it. New product launches. So listen to how she says this little quick paragraph. New product launches also provide an excellent opportunity to reignite business conversations, because every new product offers the possibility to capture more market share. So she says, I know you said my business wasn't the right fit for you, but I had to reach back because we just launched a new product that will help us capture more of the multi-billion-dollar anti-aging market, or whatever your market focuses on, whatever your company focuses on. Since we last spoke, have you found another way to pay for your son's private school tuition? well, maybe you should take another look at what I do. I bet you know a lot of people who would want our new product, so why shouldn't they get it from you? We're going to phrase that more in our phrases, but you know, we have these new products, like people are loving them. They're easy to sell. Like selling Vital Biome is, and X Factor is easy to sell. Reach back out. Reason number 4, good news or media coverage about your company. To be a go-giver. Let's see. It's about how you can serve. So really just talking to people about, it says, go-givers don't cultivate one-sided relationships, looking at people as those you can get something from. Instead, go-givers give to people by being helpful, being a connector, being genuinely interested in others, and singing others' praises. So what she's talking about in that part is when you're networking with other people. So we all do this. Like, I'm going to need somebody to come redo my bathroom. I'm probably going to reach out and say, who knows somebody on Facebook, you know, who does get great bathrooms? People are going to recommend people to me. So let's say so-and-so, you know, somebody is looking for whatever. People are looking for things, you know, new preschools, new doctors all the time. Like, start building that relationship with those people by recommending people you love. That's just a matter of staying engaged and, you know, and caring about what other people are doing. Reason number 6, pregnant, new baby, or kids starting school. So
everyone I know.
Correct. Pregnant and new baby. That is, how often do we as women, when we worked and were successful, thought we would maybe go back to work? Maybe not so much in our smaller community, but for the most part, all the women I know plan after they have kids to go back to work. Then they have a baby, and guess what? 6 weeks after that, they're posting about how sad they are to go back to work, and they don't want to. So if you can reach out to them when they're pregnant or right after they have the new baby, preferably when they're pregnant, and talk about giving them a way to not have to go back to work, you know, by working this business. And if they start working it while they're pregnant, they should have a pretty decent income at the end of 9 months to maybe be able to stay home. And then kids starting school, like moms who were super busy all the time, but the kids went back to school and now they have time on their hands. It's a perfect opportunity to start the business.
Even people, if you combine those two, people going back to school and people who want to stay home with their kids. One of my very best friends who is now on this team has joined and will go silver before the end of this month, to be sure, and hit her first rank, wants to stay home. She wants to stay home, but they have 3 kids and one's still in daycare, and it's just expensive. And so we've talked about her goal to be able to stay home by the time next fall starts comfortably and be able to do that. And maybe her husband commutes an hour away for his job. And wouldn't it be nice if she could retire her husband and stay home with those 3 little boys? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's a light at the end of your tunnel. All you have to do is take it. And she wants to. So provide solutions. It's great.
Stay-at-home moms whose budgets are so tight because they're on one income. Like, they can do this without, like, these are people you need to be presenting the business opportunity to. And then her final reason number 7 is when someone just like them succeeds. So again, that's like knowing the Diamond documentaries or whatnot, knowing the people on our team and what they are accomplishing when they have similar lifestyles, like sharing that, hey, so-and-so, you know, reminds me so much of you, and she was so in your boat, and this is what she's able to do now since she started the business. You know, may not be the right time, but you may want to look at this business opportunity again. So that's all that I have.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of
follow-up people. Lots of people looking for you, and fortune is in the follow-up.
Yeah,
it's the way to get it done.
There's no total accurate science. I only say that because I hear a number of different numbers of how many times you need to follow up with people before, on average, they actually order. And I hear it's around 10. Eric Worre says I think they need 4 to 6 exposures And sometimes those exposures come from other people. So, and it could be, I mean, there are stories, many stories of where somebody reached out to somebody a couple times and then didn't, stopped following up. And then somebody else reached out to them and it just happened to be a good time. And they joined their team and became rock stars. So don't quit following up, because you never know when they're going to all of a sudden see somebody in a Plexus shirt and be like, my friend Jenny talked to me about that a while ago. Remind me what that's all about. Because the more people they see that are excited about it,
the more legit it feels.
Yes. Yes. So that's it. And I hope everybody has a super awesome day and got something out of this. So reach out to your people and follow up.